is Enhance Your English podcast, where real conversations build real confidence. Let's make English easy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Enhance Your English, the podcast where real conversations teach you real English. I'm Emma.
And I'm James. And okay, Emma, I have to ask you something before we even start properly.
Go ahead.
What time did you wake up this morning?
Okay, why does this feel like a trap?
It's not a trap. I'm genuinely asking.
Okay, fine. 7:30, maybe closer to 7:45 because I hit snooze once. Okay, twice.
Twice. Okay. And how did you feel when you finally got up?
Honestly, like a confused baby deer just standing there, blinking, not sure what year it was.
A confused baby deer. That is the most accurate description of a bad morning I have ever heard.
Right? Like legs not working properly, brain completely offline, just existing in the kitchen wondering how the coffee machine works.
Okay, so that experience, that confused baby deer energy in the morning, that used to be my entire life.
Really?
Every single morning, for years. Wake up panicking, rush through everything, leave the house stressed, arrive at work already exhausted before the day even started.
That sounds genuinely awful.
It was, and I didn't even realize how awful it was because it was just normal, my normal.
And then something changed?
Something changed, and that is what today's entire episode is about.
Today, we are talking about morning routines, specifically the morning routine that actually changed things, for real, not the Instagram version, the real version.
We're going to share what we actually do in the mornings, the good stuff and the embarrassing stuff.
We're going to talk about why mornings matter so much, the actual science behind it.
We're going to break down simple habits anyone can start, even if you are absolutely not a morning person.
And of course, while we have this fun conversation, you are learning natural English expressions, vocabulary, and phrases for talking about daily routines, habits, and personal growth.
Because talking about your daily routine in English is one of the most common conversational topics that exists. Job interviews, meeting new people, small talk with colleagues.
So this is super practical and super useful for your English. Double win.
Okay, let's get into it. And let's be honest, no fake perfect mornings here.
Absolutely no fake perfect mornings. Let's go. Okay, James, before we get into the actual routines, can you explain why mornings matter so much? Because I think a lot of people hear morning routine and just roll their eyes.
Yeah, because there is so much morning routine content online, and a lot of it is like wake up at 4 a.m., run 10 kilometers, meditate for an hour, read 3 books, all before sunrise.
And normal humans look at that and think, okay, that is absolutely not my life. Goodbye.
Exactly, and that kind of content actually puts people off because it feels completely unachievable.
So why do mornings actually matter then?
Okay, so, think about this. The morning is the only part of the day where you are in control before the world gets involved.
Oh, say that again.
The morning is the only time before the emails arrive, before the messages start coming in, before other people's problems and demands and requests land on you.
It's your time before the world takes over.
Exactly, and how you spend that time, even just 30 minutes, sets the tone for everything that comes after.
It's like, okay, imagine you're about to play a big football match, and before the game, you just roll out of bed, skip warming up, don't talk to your team, don't think about strategy at all.
You just walk onto the pitch half asleep and hope for the best.
Right. Versus you warm up properly, you get mentally focused, you feel prepared.
The game might be the same, but how you show up is completely different.
Your morning is your warm up for the day. I really like that.
And there's actual science behind this. In the morning, your cortisol levels, that's a hormone connected to alertness and energy, are naturally at their peak.
Your brain is at its freshest, willpower is at its highest, focus is most available.
Which is why, using morning time for the most important things makes so much biological sense.
Your brain is literally at its best in the morning for most people, and most people spend that time panicking and rushing.
And then wonder why they feel behind and scattered for the rest of the day.
Yeah, okay, I'm convinced. Mornings matter. Tell me about yours.
Okay. So, full transparency here. My current morning routine did not happen overnight. It took months to build, and there were many, many failed attempts before it stuck.
Okay, good. I need to hear this.
Okay. So, it starts the night before, actually.
Oh, interesting. The routine starts the night before?
Yeah, because, if you don't prepare the night before, the morning is already harder before it begins. So, last thing at night, I set out my clothes, I prepare whatever I need for the next day, and I put my phone outside my bedroom.
Oh, the phone outside the bedroom, that is a game changer.
Complete game changer because when the alarm goes off, I have to actually get up and go to where the phone is to turn it off.
So you can't just sleepily hit snooze with your eyes closed.
Exactly. By the time I've walked across the room, I'm slightly awake already. The battle is already partially won.
Hmm, that is actually genius. Low effort genius.
The best kind of genius. Okay, so alarm goes off 6:15. I get up, and the first thing I do before anything else is drink a full glass of water.
Hmm, why water first?
Okay, so your body has been without water for 7 or 8 hours while you sleep. You wake up mildly dehydrated every single morning, and dehydration, even mild dehydration, affects your energy, your mood, your focus.
Oh, I did not know that. So you're already running on low before the day even starts.
Exactly. One glass of water immediately, and you can genuinely feel the difference. It wakes you up in a way that is surprisingly effective.
Hmm, okay. What next?
Then, and this is the one that changed things the most for me, I do not touch my phone for the first 30 minutes. Zero.
Okay, wait. 30 whole minutes, no phone?
30 minutes, no phone, no social media, no news, no messages.
Hmm, how does that feel?
Honestly, the first week was uncomfortable, like genuinely uncomfortable. My hand kept reaching for the phone automatically, like a reflex.
The phantom phone reach?
The phantom phone reach is so real, but after about a week, something shifted. Those 30 minutes started to feel like a gift, like quiet space that was just mine.
What do you do in those 30 minutes?
Okay, so I make coffee slowly. I actually enjoy making the coffee. I'm not rushing, not thinking about what I need to do, just making coffee and being present.
Hmm, that sounds actually lovely.
Then I sit, just sit, look out the window, think. Sometimes I write a few lines in a journal. Nothing structured, just whatever comes.
What kind of things do you write?
Hmm. Sometimes how I'm feeling, sometimes one thing I'm grateful for, sometimes just a thought I had while making coffee. No pressure, no format, just writing to think.
Okay, and then?
Then I move, 15 to 20 minutes of movement. Not a crazy, intense workout necessarily. Sometimes it's a short walk outside, sometimes it's stretching, sometimes it's an actual workout if I have energy and time.
But something physical.
Always something physical. Because, movement in the morning does something to your brain. It releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals. It increases blood flow to your brain. You think more clearly afterward.
Like shaking a snow globe, everything settles into the right place.
Okay, that is a surprisingly perfect analogy.
Thank you, I just made it up.
And then, after the water, the quiet time, the movement, I look at my day. 3 things, just 3. The 3 most important things I want to accomplish today.
Not a huge list?
Never a huge list, because a huge list is overwhelming before the day even starts. 3 things, clear, specific, achievable.
And then you start the day.
And then I start the day. And, the difference in how I feel compared to the rushed, chaotic mornings, night and day, completely night and day.
Hmm, Okay, James, I'm genuinely inspired and slightly jealous.
Your turn. Tell me about yours.
Okay, so mine is less polished than James's. I'll be honest about that immediately.
Honest is good. Honest is what we're here for.
Okay, so I am not a natural morning person. I want to be very clear about that.
Mornings and I have a complicated relationship.
Complicated how? Like, I respect mornings, I understand their value, but mornings do not always respect me back.
Mornings do not respect you back. Okay.
So my alarm is at 7. And okay, I do sometimes hit snooze once. I allow myself once. That is my rule. One snooze and then I am up.
A negotiated agreement with your alarm.
Exactly. A negotiated agreement. Very professional. Okay, so when I get up, the first thing I do is open my curtains, wide open, all the light in.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Because light, natural light, immediately signals to your brain that it's time to wake up. It stops the production of melatonin, that's the sleep hormone, and tells your body, okay, we are awake now. It's daytime. Let's go.
So the light is like a natural alarm for your biology.
Exactly. And on gray, rainy mornings when there's not much light, I use a little lamp that mimics natural daylight. It genuinely helps.
Okay, what else?
Then I drink water. James converted me to this one. I used to go straight to coffee, but now I drink water first. And honestly, yeah, it helps.
Water solidarity.
Water solidarity. Okay, then I have this little ritual that I really love. I light a candle.
Oh, okay. A candle in the morning.
I know it sounds a bit extra, but there's something about a small flame in the morning that feels calm, intentional. Like I'm telling myself, this morning matters. This is a real moment, not just rushing from one thing to the next.
That's actually beautiful. It's a signal to yourself.
Exactly. A sensory signal that says we are being intentional now. Hmm. And then I make tea. I'm a tea person in the mornings. Coffee later, tea first.
Tea first. Interesting. What do you do while you drink it?
Okay, so I have a little notebook, and every morning I write 3 things. 3 things I am grateful for. They don't have to be big things.
What kind of things?
Sometimes genuinely small things, like the fact that it's warm inside when it's cold outside, or a good conversation I had yesterday, or even just I slept well and my body feels rested.
Small things matter.
Small things matter so much. And what this practice does over time is it genuinely trains your brain to notice positive things throughout the day because it's been doing it first thing in the morning.
Like a filter you put on at the start of the day.
Yes, exactly like a filter. And the science supports this. Gratitude practices genuinely rewire neural pathways over time. Your brain gets better at spotting good things,
That's fascinating, actually.
right? Okay, so then I do something that a lot of people think is weird.
Okay, now I'm very curious.
I talk to myself in English out loud.
You talk to yourself.
I narrate my morning like, okay, I'm making my tea now. It's a little chilly this morning. I have a busy day today, but I feel ready. Just out loud in English.
Hmm. And why?
Because, and this is specifically useful for our listeners, it keeps English active in my mind from the very start of the day. It means my brain is already thinking in English before work, before any real conversations.
Oh, that is actually brilliant for language learning. You're warming up your English brain.
Exactly. Your morning is the perfect time to practice thinking in English. Nobody's listening, no pressure, no judgment, just you and your morning tea having a little English conversation.
You and your tea having a bilingual moment.
A very calm bilingual moment. And then I move. I stretch. About 10 minutes. Nothing intense, just waking the body up gently.
Not a full workout?
Sometimes. If I have energy and time, yes. But the minimum is always just a stretch, because even 10 minutes of gentle movement completely changes how my body feels for the rest of the day.
The stiffness from sleep, gone.
Gone. And then, one more thing before I start work or check my phone, I read for 15 minutes.
What do you read in the morning?
Something I enjoy, not news. News in the morning makes me anxious. Something positive or interesting, or that makes me think in a good way. A book I'm enjoying, something that feeds my brain rather than stresses it.
And then you check your phone.
And then I check my phone after all of that, by which point I actually feel like a human being and not a confused baby deer.
The baby deer has transformed.
The baby deer has fully transformed into a functioning adult.
Okay, so, we've shared our routines. Let's break down the habits that actually matter most, the ones with the biggest impact.
And these are backed by research, not just our personal opinions.
First, and we both do this, water immediately after waking.
So simple, so easy, so often skipped.
Your body is mildly dehydrated every single morning. Even mild dehydration affects your mood, energy, and cognitive function.
One glass of water, immediately, is genuinely one of the highest return habits you can build. Takes 30 seconds, makes a real difference.
Second, keeping the phone away for the first 30 minutes.
Oh, this one is so hard, but so worth it.
When you check your phone first thing, you immediately put your brain into reactive mode. You're responding to other people's agendas, other people's news, other people's energy.
Before you've even decided what your energy is going to be today.
30 phone-free minutes gives you the chance to set your own tone, your own intention before the world jumps in.
Third, some form of movement.
Doesn't have to be a full workout, doesn't have to be intense, just movement.
A 10-minute walk, some stretching, a few exercises, anything that gets the blood moving and wakes the body up.
Movement releases endorphins, increases blood flow to the brain, reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, all before your day has even really started.
You are literally giving your brain and body a chemical advantage for the day.
Fourth, a moment of intention.
This is the 3 things practice. What are the most important things you want to accomplish today?
Not a huge, overwhelming list, just 3 things, clear and specific.
Because starting the day with clarity about your priorities means you're much less likely to drift through the day reacting to everything, instead of moving toward what matters.
You have a compass, even a small one, and a compass changes everything.
Fifth, something that feeds your mind positively.
Reading, journaling, a gratitude practice, positive self-talk, something that puts your brain in a good, constructive, forward-facing state.
Because the first content your brain consumes in the morning shapes how it processes everything that comes after.
Feed it something good. Give it a healthy breakfast mentally as well as physically.
And sixth, make it enjoyable.
This is maybe the most important one, because the best morning routine is the one you actually want to do.
If your morning routine feels like punishment, you will not do it. You will hit snooze and skip the whole thing.
Make it something you look forward to. The candle, the good coffee, the music you love, the podcast you enjoy. Your morning should feel like a gift you give yourself, not a chore you drag yourself through.
A gift you give yourself. I love that. Okay, let's talk about some really common morning mistakes. Things that make mornings harder without you realizing.
First, checking your phone the absolute second you wake up.
This is the biggest one, and honestly, most people do this.
Your phone is an anxiety machine in the morning. News, notifications, social media comparisons, all before you're even fully conscious.
Your brain is literally in its most vulnerable, most impressionable state right after waking. What you put in first matters enormously.
Give your brain a few minutes of peace before you hand it over to the internet.
Second, no breakfast or terrible breakfast.
Your brain runs on glucose, sugar from food. After 8 hours of sleep, your glucose levels are low.
A good breakfast genuinely improves focus, mood, and energy for hours.
And this doesn't mean cooking a huge meal. Even something simple, fruit, yogurt, eggs, oats, makes a real difference.
Third, rushing.
Starting the day already in panic mode, already running late, already stressed before 9 a.m.
And the fix for this is almost always waking up slightly earlier.
Even 15 minutes earlier, just 15 minutes of buffer time changes the whole feeling of a morning.
That 15 minutes is the difference between calm and chaotic.
Fourth, no transition between sleep and work.
Going from a horizontal in bed to laptop open in about 4 minutes. Guilty. I have done this.
We have all done this, and your brain needs a transition, a warm-up, a gentle ramp from sleep state to work state.
That is what a morning routine provides, the transition your brain and body actually need.
And fifth, trying to build a perfect morning routine immediately.
Okay, this is so important because people hear morning routine and they try to do everything all at once from day one.
Water, journal, meditate, exercise, read, cold shower, affirmations, healthy breakfast, plan the day.
All before 7 a.m.
And it's overwhelming and unsustainable, and they quit by day 3.
Start with one thing, just one.
The water when you wake up, or the phone-free 30 minutes, or the 3 things list, just one.
Do that one thing consistently for 2 weeks until it feels natural, and then add the next thing.
Build slowly, build sustainably, build something that actually lasts. Okay, so, how does someone actually build their own morning routine? Practically, step by step.
First, decide your wake-up time and stick to it.
Even on weekends, even when you want to sleep in. Consistency trains your body clock.
Your body actually likes routine. It works better with predictability. When you wake up at the same time every day, your body starts preparing to wake up before the alarm even goes off.
Which means waking up feels easier, less violent, less like being ripped from a coma.
Less like being ripped from a coma. Yes, exactly less like that.
Second, design your routine backwards.
Okay, what does that mean?
Decide what time you need to leave the house or start work, and then work backwards. If you need to start work at 9 and your routine takes 45 minutes, you need to be up by 8:15 at the latest.
So you know exactly how much time you have, and you design your routine to fit that time.
Not squeeze a 90-minute routine into a 30-minute window. That just creates stress.
Third, start with what you're excited about.
What is the one morning habit that genuinely sounds appealing to you? Start there.
Because motivation matters when you're building something new. Start with the thing that feels like a reward, not like medicine.
Fourth, prepare the night before.
This is huge. A good morning actually starts the night before.
Clothes ready, bag packed, coffee machine prepped. Anything you can do the night before, do it.
Because morning you is much less functional than evening you. Help morning you out.
Morning you is basically a different, less capable person. Be kind to them.
Be kind to morning you. They are doing their best.
And fifth, be flexible without being an excuse machine.
Some mornings will be chaotic. Life happens. Kids get sick, you have an early meeting, things go wrong.
On those days, do a tiny version of your routine. Even 5 minutes, even just the water and 1 minute of stillness.
Because the habit needs to exist even on hard days. A tiny version counts. It keeps the chain alive.
But, don't use flexibility as an excuse to skip it whenever it feels inconvenient.
There's a difference between genuine disruption and just not feeling like it.
And you know the difference. Be honest with yourself.
Okay, word tour time. The best vocabulary from today. All about mornings, habits, and routines.
These words are super useful for talking about daily life, productivity, and personal growth in English.
First, routine. A regular sequence of actions that you do in the same way every day.
Having a solid morning routine completely changed how I feel at the start of every day.
Second, habit. A behavior that has become automatic through regular repetition.
Drinking water first thing in the morning has become such a strong habit that it feels wrong if I skip it.
Third, intentional. Done with purpose and conscious awareness. Deliberate rather than automatic or accidental.
My mornings used to be rushed and chaotic. Now they're intentional and calm.
Fourth, cortisol, a hormone in your body connected to alertness, stress, and energy levels.
Cortisol is naturally highest in the morning, which is why mornings are actually ideal for important, focused work.
Fifth, endorphins, natural chemicals released by the brain during exercise that create feelings of happiness and energy.
Even a short morning walk releases endorphins. You genuinely feel better for the rest of the day.
Sixth, melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. Natural light suppresses it, helping you wake up.
Opening the curtains immediately lets natural light in and stops melatonin production, waking your brain up naturally.
Seventh, gratitude, the feeling of being thankful and appreciating what you have.
Writing 3 things I'm grateful for every morning genuinely shifted my mindset over time.
Eighth, transition, a change or shift from one state or activity to another. A morning routine creates a healthy transition between sleep and work. Your brain needs that warm-up time.
Ninth, sustainable, something that can be maintained over a long period without burning out.
The best morning routine is a sustainable one, something you can actually do every day, not just for a week.
10th, consistent, doing something regularly in the same way over time.
Being consistent with your wake-up time, even on weekends, genuinely trains your body clock.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to do something fun. Rapid fire questions about mornings. Answer fast, first thing that comes to mind. Ready, Emma?
Okay. Ready, go.
Coffee or tea?
Tea first, coffee second. Both necessary.
Both necessary. Okay, alarm or no alarm?
Alarm, definitely alarm. Without an alarm, I would sleep until 11 and feel terrible about it.
Music in the morning or silence?
Soft music, not too loud, something that feels like morning. You?
Same, actually. Okay, shower in morning or evening?
Morning, 100% morning. I cannot function without a morning shower. It completes the waking up process.
I'm the same. Okay, what is one thing that immediately ruins your morning?
Checking my phone too early and seeing something stressful immediately poisons the whole morning.
Same. Okay, best thing about your morning routine?
The quiet. That first 30 minutes before anyone else is awake. And it's just peaceful. Just mine.
That's beautiful. Mine is the coffee, honestly. Just that first cup, standing in my kitchen, looking out the window. Nothing else, just that moment.
Simple pleasures.
The best ones always are.
Yeah, they really are.
Okay, before we get to the outro, we want to give you something actionable, a real challenge.
Because information without action is just entertainment. And we want this episode to actually change something for you.
So here is your morning routine challenge, starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Not next week. Tomorrow.
Pick one thing from today's episode, just one.
Water when you wake up, phone-free 30 minutes, 3 things list, gratitude journal, morning movement, light a candle, talk to yourself in English.
Any one of those. Pick the one that sounds most appealing or most doable for you specifically.
And do it every morning for 7 days.
Just 7 days, 1 week, 1 habit. See how it feels.
And here's the English practice bonus challenge. Every morning for 7 days, spend 5 minutes thinking or talking out loud in English.
Narrate your morning. Talk about how you're feeling. Describe what you're doing.
Because, as we always say, the best English practice is the consistent daily kind, not the big, intense, occasional kind.
5 minutes every morning is 35 minutes a week, 150 minutes a month of real English practice.
And it costs you nothing except 5 minutes of your morning.
Worth it?
We think so.
And that is a wrap on today's episode of Enhance Your English.
We talked about why mornings matter, shared our real, honest routines, broke down the habits that actually work, and gave you a 7-day challenge.
And your comment homework today, tell us in English, what is one morning habit you are going to start tomorrow?
Not someday, tomorrow. What is it going to be?
Write it in the comments, make it real, make it public.
Because when you say something out loud or type it in a comment, it becomes a commitment, and commitments are powerful.
We read every single comment, and we are genuinely cheering for every one of you.
If today's episode was fun and useful, please like this video, share it with a friend who needs a better morning, and subscribe to Enhance Your English so you never miss an episode.
Remember, you don't need a perfect morning. You just need an intentional one.
Even 15 minutes, even one good habit, even just the water.
Start small. Start tomorrow. Start building the morning that changes your day.
Which changes your week, which changes your month, which changes your life.
That escalated nicely.
It did escalate nicely, didn't it?
This is Emma.
And this is James.
And you've been listening to Enhance Your English.
Good morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you next time. Bye.